Let's start.
Bob,
Let's call the meeting to order. Lisa, it's all yours.
Thank you. Lisa Skumatz calling this meeting to order at 2 minutes after the hour. I turn it over to Secretary Pedersen for the roll call of the board members.
Thank you, Lisa. Sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry. I am ready now. Okay. Pete Adrian.
Here.
Rick Anthony.
Here.
Jay Bassett. Jay Bassett. Okay. Maggie Clark.
Here.
Cheryl Coleman. Cheryl. Okay. Alec Cooley. Alec.
Alex running the show on the Congress.
Yes. Oh, so he may be in another session, not here. Okay. I'll guess I'll mark him absent for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, he'll be here if he can. Okay. Colleen Foster. Colleen. Okay. Tracy Frisch.
Here.
Thank you. Bob Gettert.
Here.
Wayne Geardy.
Rudy. Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Marty Keene. I heard you earlier.
Thanks.
Thank you. Christine Kubat. Christine. Dave Keeling.
Here.
Okay. Leslie Lukash. Leslie. She may be in another session too, huh?
Maybe.
Mary McClellan.
Here.
Thank you. Lisa McDaniel.
I'm here.
Myself is here. How about Brittany Rosenberg? Brittany? Lisa Skumatz. Lisa, you're here, I know.
Here.
And thank you. Marty Solomon.
I'm here.
Thank you. Cynthia Van Hall.
Here.
Thank you. And then do we have some lifetime board members? Let's see, is Gary Liss here? No Gary? Okay. It's really another session. How about Cliff Case, Mark Lichtenstein, or Jerry Powell? And may I have all the guests who are in attendance state that they're here one by one, I guess, in whatever fashion. Bob Bylone, are you here? Bob? How about Jack DeBell? Any other guests? Matt Hiddle? Any other?
Yes.
Ellen Bussert.
Ellen Bussert, B-U-S-S-E-R-T.
B-U-S-S-E-R-T.
Thank you. All right.
Matt
Is anyone
Hiddle.
else? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Matt Hiddle.
Matt's there. Thanks, Matt.
Tony Rios is here.
Anthony Rios.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here.
thank you, from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes. Here.
Okay.
Here.
Sorry, say your name again.
Kima Boswa.
How do you spell it?
K-E-I-M-A-B-O-R-S-U-A-H.
And she's from Oklahoma. I'm sure you can't tell from her accent, but she's Oklahoma.
B-O-R-S-U-A-H. Is that right?
Yes.
Borswa?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Welcome.
Mary
Thank
Alice,
you.
this is Alec Cooley. I've arrived.
Alec is here. Thank you. All right. Anyone else who's here and has not heard their name called yet, or anybody who may have been late?
John Woodman here.
John Woodman, regular spelling J-O-H-N, Woodman.
Yes.
And I see
Thank
the
you.
name Jen Cooper as well on the attendee list, on the participant list.
Thank you, Lisa.
Is there Jen Cooper?
And J-E-N.
J-E-N-N Cooper, spelled
Oh,
normally.
yeah.
And I
That's
see
the only
Tony
other-
Rios too.
Yes,
I
he
got
already
Anthony.
called in. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Got everybody? All right.
And
Thank you.
I assume we have a quorum. You'll check
We
that
have
while-
we have a quorum.
Thank you
Yes.
very much. I will now call for approval of the agenda. Here's the
Move the
agenda.
agenda.
Thank you very
Anthony.
much. Anthony moves, who seconds?
Solomon seconds.
Thank you. Discussion of the agenda? Hearing none, all those against approving the agenda, please say aye. All those abstaining, please say aye. The agenda is approved, and I turn the meeting over to President Gettert.
Okay, thank you. Our NRC bylaws requires an annual report to the members. I have a brief annual report that to report to the members and to the Board of Directors. We have our 2022 Board of Directors listed here as noted, as well as our bookkeeper, Congress manager, communications intern, and honorary officials. As noted on this slide here. And if I can get the slides working again. There we go. We also are proud to say that we have 20 affiliates for this year, for state affiliates. These state affiliates have paid their annual fee, and each state affiliate has members. The members of the state affiliates are therefore members of the NRC. The state affiliate members, as members of the NRC, are voting members of the NRC and can vote in the NRC elections, which we will talk about later in this agenda. And our voting begins later today. So I thank all the 20 affiliates of the NRC for this year, and their logos are on this slide here. I also wish to note some of the accomplishments of this year. For 2022. We've helped lead the Recycling is Infrastructure 2 campaign as Congress discussed infrastructure bills last year and this year in Congress. We wanted to note to Congress that recycling is also infrastructure. And we hosted webinars and in coordination with other national groups to support funding for recycling in the infrastructure bills. We were slightly successful in getting bills passed in support of recycling. Nina Shaw noted some recycling bills that were funded through the infrastructure bill in the opening plenary of today, and I will be speaking on the recycling bills in tomorrow's Congress on grants that are available to our members. We also wrote and published the American Recycling Infrastructure Plan in coordination with the Recycling Infrastructure 2 campaign. We had greater outreach and communications throughout the year, including monthly newsletters, social media, and Recycling Organization Council calls. We had the National Recycling Congress today and tomorrow, as well as last year. And Justice, Equity, Diversion, and Inclusion survey of the state recycling organizations. We drafted an EPR for packaging legislation factors, and part of that discussion will be at the next session of Congress after this, beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern time in the Congress today. We hired a SUNY ESF sustainability outreach intern earlier this year, Sasi Sagan, and we also hired a SUNY ESF communications intern, Ella, who is working with on our website and soon to be released website. Our continuing activities with our committees and include the new NRC webpage coming soon. We had hoped to launch it today, but we're still lagging with some information on some of our web pages. So coming soon, new web pages for our NRC and new look to our web pages. Also on communications, NRC can now support regional events, webinars, and summits through our newsletter, email blast, and soon to be on our webpage. The conference hired our Congress manager, Julie Rhodes, and organized the National Recycling Congress as a professional means of our members to get together and discuss important issues of the day. And our finance committee developed best practices, a bookkeeping manual to maintain our stellar activities on finance. We achieved the platinum status for our award for our finance transparency. Fund development, we adopted new sponsorship membership rate packages, which I'll note shortly. the library, we are continuing to develop an online library infrastructure package on our new website that's available to all our members. Membership, we implemented a 2022 affiliation and member rates and obtained the 20 affiliated SROs, and we'll mention that shortly. Strategic planning, we just recently adopted a 2022 strategic plan framework, and we'll be filling in the framework with some tasks and objectives on our strategic planning. We had a series of webinars presented this year. January 18th, Investing in Zero Waste Infrastructure. February 9th, NRC Truth in Recycling Labeling webinar. March 16th, How and When to Apply for Federal Funding. April 5th, Resource Recovery Parks. March 17th, Key Topics for EPR for Packaging Legislation. And June 21st, a reprise, How and When to Apply for Federal Funding Part 2. And these webinars are available on a website. We will be bringing these webinars onto our new website as well. The new membership rates are posted on our website, the old website, as well as our newer website that will be coming soon. The feature that I'd like to post there is that we have a new individual rate, a base rate of $35. There is a $100 individual rate with voting rights. We also have rates for government, education, and nonprofit organizations, businesses, and trade associations. We also have a new rate structure, a three-tier rate structure for our state recycling organizations. These are different than previous years. In the previous year, we had one fee, an affiliation fee of $1,000 to join the NRC for state recycling organizations. We decided to move to a three-tier system so that smaller states with less than 150 member count could afford to join the NRC at a $500 rate, medium-sized state recycling organizations at $1,000, and larger states at $1,500. That's been very successful. We rolled this fee structure out with a lot of feedback from the states, and it seems to be a successful rate structure. We will continue to hear from our states and in the coming years as to whether this is an acceptable fee structure. We are very thankful of the sponsors of this year's National Recycling Congress, and we believe that this helps financially, creates a financial success for the NRC in the coming years by having sponsors for our conference, and we thank them. I hand over the mic to Marty for our Treasurer and Finance Committee report.
Good morning from Southern California. First of all, our balance in our savings account with KeyBank is $51,086.57. Our checking account balance is $36,560.41. We have $96.02 in PayPal for a total of funds of $87,743. We also, some of you are aware that we have the Murray J. Fox Scholarship, and the fund balance in that is $348,402.23. Next slide, please, Bob.
There you go.
Thank you. Now, we have a new fiscal year. For some of you that aren't aware, we did decide to go from January 1st through December 31st. So the revenue as of right now, from January to the end of October, the total revenue was $43,560.56. That revenue comprises of donations, membership, conference registrations, sponsorship, and investment income savings. Our expenses from January through October have been $54,965.51, and the expenses comprise of the NRC Congress, Zero Waste Conference, charitable filings that we are required to do by IRS, And then we have other expenses such as intern expenses, accounting fees, legal fees, bank fees, merchant fees, other insurance that we have to get, costs to do with our website, and then postage, as well as there are some committee expenses that are included in that. Please keep in mind that most of the expenses from the Congress are included in these numbers, but we do not have the revenue recorded as of yet. So it is anticipated that the $11,405.35 loss that we're seeing right now, that will indeed be changing once all the revenue from the conference is recorded. And that's it, Bob. I turn it back to you.
And now I turn it over to Lisa.
Thank you. So the next item is as awards chair, I'm noting that the NRC has an annual awards program, and this year's ceremony is on the 10th at 11:30 a.m. We'll be giving out 10 awards to, or 9. We'll have 10 winners of 9 awards. There's a double winner for 1 award category, and the time in tomorrow for that program is listed. There's also the Murray J. Fox Scholarship Awards presentation. And Bob, did you want to say something about that?
Yeah, the Murray J. Fox Awards was started by Murray J. Fox, and we honor him in his memory as he passed away a few years ago, and he donated an endowment to the NRC, and we manage that endowment on his memory, and we thank him, and we are giving away two $2,000 scholarships tomorrow, and we ask you to follow that and attend the awards ceremony at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, not only for the awards ceremony that Lisa mentioned, but also the Murray J. Fox scholarships.
Thank you, Bob. Next slide. Now, as slate chair, the slate committee developed this list of nominations for the slate for the election, and the executive committee approved that slate that's being forwarded. And the following nominations are made for the NRC board: Pete Adrian, Kama Broshaw, Maggie Clark, Alec Cooley, Jay Bassett, Damini Head, Christine Kubat, Charlie Kamenides, Lisa McDaniel, Mary Alice Patterson, sorry, I did that, Brittany Rosenberg. Thank you, and that's the slate. Next item of business is I would like to take nominations from the floor. Are there any nominations made for additional nominees to be included on the ballot?
Chairman Skumatz, may I go back to the list? Kima Boussois' name is spelled wrong. It's B-O-R. It's you pronounce it Borsua.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Apologies there.
Thank you. We'll correct that.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other nominations from the floor? Okay. Hearing none, I will now allow each of the candidates who's here to make a 1-minute candidate statement. So could you go back? Thank you. I'll call on each individually, and I'm going to set a timer. So at 1 minute, you're going to hear a little buzz, and at that point, you should be stopped. So thanks. The first one is Mr. Adrian, please. Pete Adrian.
Thank you. Yes. Hello, everyone. I just want to briefly introduce myself. I've served on the NRC board for 3 years now. Like to what I'm doing with the board, working with the legislative committee and co-chairing the membership committee. I think we've done some pretty amazing work over the last year and a half with legislative and reorganizing the membership committee, and just in general, proud to be a part of this organization. I'll ask you for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adrian. Next up is Kima Borsua.
Hey everyone, my name is Kima Boswa, and I am originally from Sierra Leone, West Africa, and currently residing in Oklahoma, my second home. I work for the Oklahoma State University Solid Waste Extension Program, and also I am the president of the Oklahoma Recycling Association. My work with the university have exposed me to work with different organizations in the environmental and waste management arena. And I would describe myself as a lover of nature and sustainability. So with that, I give my time and energy, ideas to make sure I help, I assist and do my part in promoting environmental sustainability in whichever organization I found myself. And I believe I will be a good addition to the NRC if granted the opportunity. So please vote for me.
Nicely timed. Thank you. Next up, we have Maggie Clark.
Hi, I'm a PhD zero waste researcher, consultant, and educator for 30 plus years. I've been on the board for, I think, about 9 years, not all consecutively. And I've been chairing the library committee, and we have 3 interns now working on getting new materials for the research library and also for getting it published. I'll continue to advance NRC's goals by creating this library and getting it launched so that it will improve programs, laws, and plans across the country. I'll continue to help NRC lobby effectively for the 3 R's, innovate to make NRC membership and benefits available to and embraced by the public at large, and create and promote best practices to maximize recycling participation, disaster debris prevention and recovery.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Cooley is up next.
Okay. I am also running for the board again. I'm an incumbent. I've been on for the last 3 years, and I'm running for another term. NRC is a great organization. I've been involved for many years as a member. I went to my very first conference in 1994, and those really what energized me about getting involved professionally in the recycling industry. And then also worked as actual staff for NRC for a number of years back in the aughts. Going forward, the main thing that I really want to be involved with on the board is as part of the strategic planning process, which we've already been working on as a board for the last year. But I think that presents an exciting opportunity to move NRC forward. I think the process of prioritizing where to put our focus, developing the new mission statement that we have, and the ability to use that to guide where we go. I think it's exciting, and I think I can contribute to that process. So that's why I'm running.
Thank you. Perfectly timed. Next up, we have by interesting alphabetization, we have Jay Bassett. Is he here? Okay. Do we have Damini Head available?
I'm here.
All right.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Dominique Head. I live in Southeast Michigan, in the city of Pontiac, which is the county seat of Oakland County. We are the second wealthiest county in the state of Michigan. We account for about 23% of GDP in the state of Michigan. Our goals as it relates to recycling are to make sure that recycling and manufacturing are connected. My background is in mechanical engineering, and I also lead the Pontiac Regional Chamber of Commerce within the city. I've been doing that for the last 6 years. Been engaged with the Michigan Recycling Coalition for the last few years. And, you know, what I think I can bring to the NRC board is innovation, opportunity, and a new sense of energy. So really excited about the opportunity just to speak to you guys today. And hopefully you have the opportunity to vote for me on the NRC board.
Thank you. Next up, we have Christine Kubat. Christine's not here. Next up is Charlie Kamenides. Did he join the call? Okay. Next up is Lisa McDaniel. Is she available?
Yes, I am. Good morning from Kansas City. I'm Lisa McDaniel, and I'm the Solid Waste Program Manager for the Mid-America Regional Council. The Mid-America Regional Council is the bi-state planning agency that serves the Kansas City Metro. So our work encompasses both Missouri and Kansas. My managerial responsibilities include a 5-county solid waste management district that is on the Missouri side of our region. In this capacity, I'm responsible for, solid waste management policies and programs and initiatives, resource recovery, waste reduction projects. I also manage a grant program for waste reduction and recycling projects in the district. I'm involved in Missouri. I've been the past president of the Missouri Waste Control Coalition. I currently serve as the chair for the Missouri Product Stewardship Council. I just rolled off the board of the Missouri Recycling Association, and I look forward to getting more involved within NRC and expanding my role on the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next up, we have Mary Alice Pedersen.
Thank you, Lisa. I have more than 30 years of experience working in sustainability, both public and private. I had a great career in corporate environmental policy with the Walt Disney Company. I'm proud to have completed my first term on the NRC board, and I'm eager to continue to build upon what we've accomplished by serving for another 3 years with your vote. I'm the NRC's board secretary. I've diligently provided accurate meeting notes. I've worked hard on the NRC's communications committee, using my journalism background to write NRC exclusive articles, which advance our organization's mission. I've supported key legislation via the NRC's legislative committee, and I've helped produce the NRC's exciting 2022 strategic plan. I hope to continue with 3 more years. Thank you.
Thank you. Brittany Rosenberg. Okay, if you go back to the next slide then. Next slide, thank you. So wrapping up the candidate statements, next is the NRC election process. The election, you can vote between November 9th at 2 p.m. and November 16th at midnight, just before midnight. Your ballots will be received by you in the mail in a couple of hours. And you will need on that ballot, you'll need to fill in your NRC member number. That member number came to you yesterday in an email. So you should look for that email yesterday, and that will be necessary in order to have a legitimate ballot submitted.
Lisa, just an added note that the email that you received yesterday was labeled from NRC Outreach. It might be in your spam folder. So it came from NRC Outreach.
Thank you very much. Any questions on the election process? Okay. Next we have NRC member public comment period. Any public comment?
Lisa,
Hearing none.
Cynthia.
Yes.
It's Cynthia. So for everybody who's been nominated, we can vote. We're going to vote for all of them. Is that, or are we only voting for so many?
I believe we have an equal number of slots and candidates.
You can vote for up to 11 candidates, and
Thank
there
you.
are 11.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions or public comment? Okay, any other business to raise? If not, I will make a motion to recess this meeting until it continues on Friday. This members meeting continues on Friday, the 18th at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Do I have a second?
I will second. Gettert.
Thank you, Mr. Gettert. Discussion of this motion?
Are we getting a different URL for that meeting?
Yes, it's in the calendar invite, but I can resend. I will certainly resend it with the agenda.
Thanks.
Thank you. Any other discussion of this motion? Okay, hearing none, then the motion, I'll take the vote on the motion. All those against the motion, please say aye. All those abstaining from the motion, please say aye. The motion passes and we are in recess until the 18th. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
And thank
And
you all
don't
for
forget to
attending.
vote.
Yeah, don't forget to vote. And thank you for attending.
Thanks, guys.
Don't miss the session with Bob coming up and myself moderating. So see you there.
Thank you.
See you.